right, so we got a little treat today. We're out in a drive in a 1970 Sport Fury GT that I restored 23 years ago.
Yep.
23 years ago. Made its first debut at a car show, 1999, Chrysler's at Carlisle. First year out, we got a first place with this beauty. So anyway, I'm gonna let my friend Jake here, owner of this car, he's owned this car since 1983. That is quite some time. I'm gonna let him tell you guys a little bit about the car and a little bit about the numbers and all that good stuff. And then once we get back to the secret storage facility, we'll get a nice walk around on it, pop the hood. You guys will get to see some good stuff.
Well, Tim and I have been friends since 1982. I turned 16 the summer of '83 in July. I bought this for my first car in August for $400. And back around '93, Tim was in between mechanic jobs, working in my machine shop with me and my dad. It was parked with a blown up motor, and he told me it's time to fix it or junk it. And I told him there's no way I'm junking my baby. So he offered to fix some dents, paint it so I could drive it again. Well, 3 years later, $10,000 later, it was more than fixed dents and a paint job. Now, when I first bought it, people told me it was a rare car, no numbers. And over the years of owning it, and hopefully I don't have it, I was told there was only 666 made.
Man, look out over that. That's like acreage of wood.
And it used to have a 7-inch snorkel hood scoop on it.
How often do you get to look out over a hood that big? Now that is something else. That's a sight to behold, huh, Jake?
I didn't think I'd get to the number. I always heard there was only 666 of these made.
Yep.
With the GT package.
Uh-huh.
Which was the GT stripe, disc brakes, and a 440 only engine. And they made a V-code version that was only 61 made. And if you want to see a good one of them, look up on YouTube, Dave Wheeler, 1970 Sport Fury GT. He's on my website registry. He's got one. And he did a nut and bolt restoration on it. It's a beautiful car, polyglass tires, everything like it should be from the factory. This one isn't. So over the years, it did here, somebody found an official number that there were 661 of them made, but I've never seen it in writing.
Now explain to everybody why there were only a handful of six-pack cars. Do you not remember? Oh my gosh, come on. So anyway, the reason why there was such a small number of six-pack cars was this was an H-code car. This was a very expensive car. And so how many people were going to buy the most expensive car Plymouth made without air conditioning? Right. So the deal was you couldn't get air conditioning when you got the six-pack. So that's the way I understand it. Right, the air conditioning compressor wouldn't fit with the six-pack air cleaner.
Plus the factory sticker price on this car in 1970 was $5,200. You could literally buy 2 Challengers, 2 Dusters, 2 of almost any other car to one of these.
That was a class of '85 when both of us graduated there. All right, well, we're pulling into the top secret facility. I tell you, you're gonna see why I keep saying it's top secret. When we start getting to check out some of the other cars that are stored in this location, you'll get it. There are some beauties in here. I'm hoping we're gonna be driving past one that I'm hoping to show to everybody next weekend, I hope. Ah, there it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have slid it.
All right. So we'll wheel her in here and let's get a walk around.
3 years restored it in the garage next to this, and 23 years restored right here. Gonna blow the water out of the exhaust.
So there she is, everybody. I did the quarter panels on that car. I painted this car. Only stuff I didn't do is I didn't do the vinyl top and I didn't do the stripe. You know, part of that $10,000 that Jake talked about is really what made a showcase for my work. So, you know, I was able to spend the time on this beautiful car and spend a lot of time on it. If I remember right, I think we spent about 40 hours just on the 1/4 panel. We went to our first car show, and a guy who used to build these cars, assemble these cars at the factory, said I ruined this car because he said Plymouth never made a car this straight. We put a lot of time into this car. So I remember correctly, we put about 40 hours into the rear quarter panels alone. It's a lot of sheet metal.
And Tim didn't want to do that. He was trying to talk me into taking my VIN plates off and putting it on the parts car.
Yeah.
That nobody would know, but I told him I would know it wasn't my car.
So there it is. Jake, why don't you pop the hood for us and we can give him the full grand tour. So the car got, upholstery-wise, Jake was able to find a nice set of heat shrink covers. They're pretty darn close. He did a good job. He really, honestly, you know, as beat as his car is, boy, I wish I could show you the scrapbook. I may have to do a,
Figure only the seat covers and a new carpet. Everything else in the interior is original and survived.
So it really is a pretty good and complete example of one of these Sport Fury GTs. Oh, I should have showed you a little.
That's a reflective stripe. At night, it reflects.
I got to show you everybody a little secret. I probably should. Jake's going to get mad if I'm going to show this. If you look really carefully down here, inside this fender, in here, you can see that these fenders, man, we had a hard time finding a good pair of fenders. Those fenders are actually two fenders Siamese together. I had to use bottoms from one fender and tops from another to get a really good fender.
And if you'll take a picture of my windows down on the other side, it's a 17-foot long hardtop. But someone messed up and titled this car a sedan.
And it's a true coupe. So it's not perfect. It's got Mopar Performance valve covers, which frankly, they are pretty. It's got headers on it. That's part of why it sounds nice, you know. And the air conditioning doesn't work. We haven't made the air conditioning work, but really, honestly, it's really a pleasure to drive the car around with the windows down anyway and really hear.
And a 276 open rear in it instead of the 456 posi, barely being able to do 60 miles an hour on the highway.
So there you go, people. There it is.
And if you look, I uncovered why it got its nickname in high school.
So I spent over 3 years on that car. A lot of time. I painted it, did all the sheet metal work. While we had the front end apart, we did all ball joints, bushings, tie rods, everything. And there you go. 23-year restoration, hung in pretty well. Two little places, some rust tried to pop up on it, but it's still not bad. Still a pretty wonderful car. So there you go, everybody. Oh yeah, I gotta show. Jake won't let me not show you this.
That's what was on the car.
That ridiculous hood scoop was on the car when he bought it. Now, is that not the cheesiest 80s pinstripe lettering that you've ever seen in your entire life?
Pep Boy Special.
And there is one of the original, is that the original blown up engine?
No, that's the second one.
That's the second blown up engine. So
The first one's right under there. That's the numbers matching 440.
here we go.
My friend Harry twisted a rod with the 456, 950 mechanical Holly.
So anyway, everybody, another video from the top secret automobile storage facility over here on the East Coast. I know they do a lot of cool stuff on the West Coast, but we got some cool cars here. All right, everybody, thanks for watching.